boys and girls. Thank you for joining me again, Teacher Stephanie with Teaching Powers Pre-K. Today I have a book about empathy. It's called You, Me, and Empathy. It's by Janine Sanders and it's illustrated by Sofia Cardosa. Let's jump in. When I was a baby, I was really small, while everyone else seemed incredibly tall. But as I grew older, I started to see that people are people just like me. How are you the same as your friend, sister, brother? How are you different? Sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm worried and sometimes I'm just plain old mad. We all have feelings. You have them too. And sometimes I feel just exactly like you. What makes you happy, sad, worried, mad? When my mother was sick with a tummy bug, I knew that she needed a snuggly hug. I rubbed her back and I patted her hand and said, "I'm so sorry, I do understand." For once I was sick with the terrible flu. I sneezed and I sputtered, but what could I do? My mother said softly while patting my hand, "My dearest of dears, I do understand." And then she gave me a big snuggly hug and I instantly knew I was humongously loved. My mother was kind and caring to me, exactly the same as how we all should be. Who helps when you're sick? And how do you make them feel? When my brother fell over and hurt his knee, he cried and he cried right in front of me. I helped him up and said, "There, there," and sat him down on the kitchen chair. For once when I slipped and cut my knee, my brother was there to take care of me. He held my hand and said, "There, there," and sat me down on the kitchen chair. Who shows you kindness? In what ways do they show you kindness? How do you show kindness to others? One day in the park, a girl was pushed over, knocked to the ground by a dog called Rover. I knew his name because, you see, Rover the dog did the same thing to me. The poor little girl sat still on the ground, not a sob, not a whimper, not even a little sound. And then all of a sudden she started to cry. "Perhaps I could help. It's worth a try." "There, there," I said as I patted her arm. "Rover the dog doesn't mean any harm. He's just being playful. So try not to fuss. He just doesn't notice small people like us." Have you ever helped anyone, who was sad? How did you help them? One day at school, while having fun, I saw a boy alone in the sun. No one come over and said, "Hey, let's play." I could see he was sad. He was just not okay. So I let my friends and I over and I ran. I asked if he'd like to play in the sand. His smile was huge, enormous, and wide. It gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. When I started school, I too sat alone. I had no one to play with and I longed to go home. And then a girl called Abby ran over to me and asked me to play near the old oak tree. We gathered some acorns for finger hats and swung from the branches like acrobats. We played for ages and from that day, friends forever, we will always stay. Have you ever got a good friend, the one that you want to be friends with forever? How does your friend make you feel? Yesterday at the big green slide, I saw a child run away and hide. "Come back," said her dad. "Just give it a try. The slide is not so terribly high." So up she climbed to the very top. "Slide down," he said. "I'll help you to stop." But there she sat and there she stayed, wanting to move but was too much afraid. I knew just how the little girl was feeling, worried and scared. Her head was reeling. For when I was little, I sat at the top, terrified that I wouldn't stop. You can do this, is what I said. You're braver than you think. It's all in your head. The more and more brave things you do, the easier it becomes for you. I am really brave, the girl shouted down, and whoosh! Before we knew it, she hit the ground. Have you ever felt scared? What happened? Tell me about a time you had to be brave. There was one more story I'd like to share about a bully who never, ever played fair. He pushed children over, was mean and so unkind. He made us feel sad, so sad deep down inside. Well, that's not very nice. But one day at school, I saw a strange thing. The bully was bullied and pushed off the swing. He was sad, he was crying, and as he walked away, so I followed and I asked him, "Are you okay?" His eyes were watery, his nose was red. He looked at me, and these were the words that he said. "I was mean to the children. It just wasn't right. I know how they feel now. I've had a big fright. Kind and caring is how we should be. I know this because I was a bully, and a bully bullied me." Have you ever been bullied? How did it make you feel? What did you do? So I am growing taller each day. I'm learning so much in so many ways. I'm learning that we should try to be kind, helpful, and caring all of the time. Our world is so special. We all need to care about one another and the earth that we share. People together from far and from wide, we're all on this planet, we're all on the same side. What might be some ways we could show other people we care about them? So when someone's hurting or worried or sad, remember those feelings I'm sure you've had. Some say kindly with care, "I understand." I do, because sometimes I feel just exactly like you. The end. So you see, boys and girls, it is so easy to be kind. And it's so sad when others are making fun of other people or bully them or aren't kind to them. So if you see a friend or you are being bullied or someone's being unkind to you or you're just having a rough day, use your words. Use your words. Tell people how you feel. It's okay to stand up and say, "Stop it, I don't like that." Okay? Remember, always be kind, always help others out, and never laugh when someone's down. Bye. Have a good day.